Good morning and welcome to the Aquarium of the Pacific's 19th Annual Autumn Festival. This is our celebration of the cultures of China, Japan, Korea, and the Philippines. And today we will be presenting to you cultural dance, music, and craft work. And we are very grateful to you for being here with us today because cultural festivals are very important to the aquarium. This is where we are continuing our connection with the communities, the cultural communities, and it's a big part of our mission, which is taking care of the ocean, and our vision, which is how we do that, and that is through our connections with people. So let's get started. It's my pleasure to introduce to you our MCs today. It is a wife and husband team who will not only be our masters of ceremony, but they will also be performing for us Taiko drumming and cultural storytelling, along with their daughter Kaylee. Please welcome Roby and Steve La.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Peter, for that wonderful introduction. And what a great way to get the 19th Annual Autumn Festival
Yes.
off to a great start here. So this is going to be a wonderful show about all kinds of different cultures that we're so pleased to be introducing you to, and we can't wait to show them all. So exciting.
Yeah, this year going to be different because we're going to do it virtually. So I hope you enjoy. So, Master Hui, take it away.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. This is the traditional Chinese lion dance, and we're from the Northern Shaolin Kung Fu Association from Los Angeles. We participate in the Aquarium Autumn Festival for 19 years since it started, every year. We're gonna, I hope you like the lion dance. Will you bring you good luck, health, and prosperity for the rest of the year. Now we are going to continue with our demonstration here with some Chinese Kung Fu performances. Okay, so thank you. Here goes. We'll start out with Chris performing what we call form number 4 of the Northern Shaolin style. Okay. Brandon gonna perform for you form number 8. Okay, thank you very much.
So I have a couple of questions.
You like the Kung Fu demonstration?
Yes. In
Yes.
Chinese, we call him Sifu. So this is Hui Sifu.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have a question on this type of. I noticed that when you do Kung Fu demonstration, this is the Northern Shaolin Kung Fu. So, in the Northern Shaolin Kung Fu, what's the difference between Northern and Southern Shaolin?
Oh, in the
Yes.
okay, in Chinese martial arts, all right. It actually of course the government is generally in the northern part of China, okay, and the military developments are all come from the north, okay. And the history says that it roots from the northern Shaolin Temple, okay. During the time when the Shaolin Temple they trying to overturn the Qing dynasty, okay, a lot of rebels migrate to the south, and they form the Southern Shaolin Temple. So the Kung Fu all come from the north.
Oh, okay. I see.
Okay, the Southern styles adapts more the people in the south were mostly farmers rather than horsemen, so their styles are more stronger. Okay, are more steadier, strong horses and so forth. Whereas the northern style, which we do primarily, is more agile. You see a lot of kicking, right? So it actually, most people simply describe the difference: northern kicks and the southern fists. Oh, by the way, the Japanese karate is something that comes from the southern China, migrated from southern China, Fujian, over to Okinawa. Okay, that's how karate itself started. So it's very similar.
Yep.
I got a question that I always wanted to know. How heavy is the lion head?
Oh, okay.
It always-
when you lift it, it's maybe 5 pounds, depending on how strong or how big the lion head is. No more than 5 pounds. But after you do 10 minutes of it, it gets like 200 pounds. Okay, especially if you have to jump with it.
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
And the tail itself, it has to be coordinated, or else it becomes, big. That's the skill of the lion dancers, or else it becomes a dead weight. It's very heavy, actually. When you
So,
Yeah,
I was wondering, what kind of training do you have to do to? I mean, there's a lot of jumping. There's a lot of, spinning, a lot of movement and coordination.
Oh,
How long does it take to train?
To the generally, okay, the lion dancing is part of Chinese martial arts. It actually represents courage, strength, and it's generally like a mascot for every kung fu school, just like the mascot for colleges here, like USC and so forth. The training, generally we do not train on lion dance. I don't teach lion dance, quote. I teach kung fu. Okay, when they develop, work about 3 to 5 years of kung fu, and then we start doing lion dance as part of the exhibition, and then we kind of, do that so that it's put on a good dramatic show like this one, okay, to celebrate, for celebration. The Chinese lion dance, by the way, has 15,000 years of history. It comes from the fact that the lions are rare animals in China, okay? And the lions that were given to it was all started by the emperors, called northern lions and so forth. And it's from then on, the countryside adapted to it. They make lion heads out of baskets and so forth, make them pretty. But the whole idea was to help celebrate, chase away evil spirits, chase away famine, chase away, to bring prosperity, okay, and good harvest to the country. So we do lion dance on any sort of celebration.
That's
Right.
wonderful.
Now, I noticed that martial art and line dance always go together. So I know you're going to start do the outro, so yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
What we're gonna do is that for our segment of the show, we're gonna finish it with a wrap-up lion dance. And on behalf of the Aquarium as well as our group, we want to wish you all good luck, good health, and safety and happiness. Okay.
All right,
That's
sounds
important.
good.
Safety
Thanks,
and healthy
everybody.
is very
Thanks.
important these days. Thank you, Steve. Okay. Yeah. Right. wish you have a good continuation of the show. There are many more programs to come. Let's take a bow to the audience. Okay, ready? Salute!
Now we are very pleased to introduce Kayamanan and Lahi.
They're here to share the rich and colorful culture of the Philippines.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andre Drainik Dow, and on behalf of Kayamanan and Lahi, Philippine Folk Arts, we welcome you. Kayamanan means treasure in Tagalog, and today, as you saw our group present, we are presenting a treasure of culture through dance and traditional costumes. And we are so excited to be part of the Aquarium Pacific's Autumn Fest 2020. And what a year it has been for all of us, for the entire world. And despite the challenges and changes, there have been silver linings, and through it all, being with you right now through the digital world is one awesome silver lining. It may not be the same as in person, but it is the next best thing, and further reaching to your home. Another silver lining is the many ways we show our care for one another by wearing masks, by social distancing, by being kind, especially for those who are sick or in need. And the dance that was presented is exactly just that, a mimetic dance that depicts the movements of an injured bird and how the bird's village or flock protects and supports the bird. It also coaches, the fellow birds coaches and encourages the wounded bird to heal its own broken wing and fly high once again. The mimetic bird dance that you just saw is called Kadal Taho, a traditional dance from the indigenous or Lumad people from Mindanao, the largest island of the Philippines, as seen right. The Philippines, Mindanao is right here, the yellow part. And Kadal Taho is a dance from the Tiboli tribe from Lake Cebu. So once again, in the southern part of Mindanao, in the South Cotabato province. The dramatic dance is performed during the planting and harvesting seasons. Our little bird, Anastasia, is going to help me demonstrate some of the movements. and the names of the movements as well as the beautiful material culture, as you can see, of the Tiboli people. When you saw the bird dancers flap her hands while dragging her leg, you can see, she was dragging her injured leg, while her village of other birds were using their cloth wings to protect her and coax her to fly. And as you can see in her attire, you have the blouse, also known as the kagal, with embroidery patterns depicting crabs. Then you have the bell belt, which is also known as the hilet lemimet, the necklace, also known as the lieg, the tubular skirt, also known as the luwek tadayung. Then you have the beaded comb, also known as the sewat, and the body cloth, the liwek, also known as the malong. Thank you, Anastasia, for demonstrating your traditional attire. You can go fly now. So as you see, the Tibolis have very ornate material culture attire. Tibolis are known as the dream weavers because the patterns of their weaving of traditional bark cloth called tanalak is designed by the dreams they have. As you saw from Anastasia's costume, the traditional costumes are decorated with embroidery, beading of mother of pearls, and lots of brass jewelry pieces, including bells. The bells on Anastasia's belt and ankles are worn to carry prayers through the sounds of bells to their gods. Nature is important to the Tibolis, so many of their dances are mimetic, and especially for the birds. Now, before we go into our next dance, which is also about birds, we would like to tell you that in the Philippines, birds are a big part of cultural dances showing community, like in Tiboli or in play. But first, let's do a little history and geography lesson. So, how many of you know where how many of you know where the Philippines is located? If you said near Southeast Asia, you are right. So the Philippine Islands is an archipelago, as you can see here, in the Pacific Ocean, located near Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia. The Philippines is unique because we have over 150 different distinct languages and over 7,000 individual islands, depending on the tides, as you can see here. And there are 3 islands, and through the north, you have Luzon, which is in blue, right here. And then you have Mindanao, which Kadal Tahoe is originally from, which is located right here in yellow. And then you have the little islands in the middle, in burgundy, called the Visayas. And this is where our next dance is from. The next dance we will do also is a mimetic dance called itik itik, which means a duck. It is a lowland Christian dance from Cantilan, Surigao del Sur, and it's Visayan. It's located right here. A popular legend states that this dance was first created by a young Filipino maiden dancer of Surigao del Norte named Canang, who was considered to be the best dancer in the Surigao province. And apparently, due to her dancing prowess, she was asked to perform the sibay. Now, the sibay is another important Filipino dance at a baptism ceremony. While performing the sibay, she got inspired by the music and decided to improvise the dance steps, borrowing from the movements of a duck. And this unique dance was then named itik itik, since itik means duck in the local Tagalog language. Now, Aurora, can you please show us some itik-itik movements? Doesn't she look like a duck? At least the movements. So the movements you will see the girls do imitate movements of ducks among the rice paddy, wading, flying, and splashing around. The material culture, or her attire, as you can see, is called the balintawak, a traditional dress that has a shortened skirt with puffy butterfly-like sleeves, as you can see. And the pattern of the dress is usually plaid cotton textile. So, what are we waiting for? Let's go to the Visayan Islands and enjoy the playful movements of our little ducklings in the dance, Itik Itik. Thank you, Aquarium Pacific, for having us. And I would like to introduce our Pamana dancers, Andrea, Anastasia, Aurora, Jordan, and my name is Dre. And we would like to sing this last song as a way of saying thank you to all of you for watching us today. It's called Maraming Salamat, which means thank you. And we hope you enjoyed a little bit of the legacy of our cultural treasures of the Philippines. We are Kayamanan Lahi, Philippine folk arts. Mabuhay!
Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Kami po'y lubos na gagalang sa inyong laganang loob. Maraming salamat, salamat po. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Kami po'y lubos na gagalang sa inyong laganang loob.
we are very pleased to introduce Kayamanan and Lahi.
They're here to share the rich and colorful culture of the Philippines.
Okay, next book. This book is called The Three Ninja Pigs. It's kind of a new take on the old Three Pig story. The Three Ninja Pigs. Once upon a dangerous time, a wolf loved to huff and to puff. He'd go around town and blow houses down, and the three little pigs cried, "Enough! We've got to get rid of that bully. We're tired of letting him rule. We must put an end to this terrible trend. Let's train at that new ninja school." Pig 1 took beginner Aikido to learn a few basic techniques. He gained some new skills, but got bored with the drills and dropped out in less than 2 weeks. His brother, Pig 2, took jujitsu and learned how to block and to punch. When the wolf comes to knock, he'll be in for a shot. "Kia, I will eat him for lunch." The teacher said, "Excellent progress, but Pig-san, you must study more." Pig 2 said, "No way, sayonara, sensei. I'm ready to settle a score." Pig 3 chose the art of karate and rose bright and early to train. She got in a groove and mastered each move, the cartwheel, the crescent, the crane. She balanced and blocked like an expert and practiced her lessons nonstop. By the time she was through, she could break boards in two by performing a perfect pork chop. For months, she persisted in earnest until she had paid all her dues. How happy she felt when she earned her last belt. I'll make that wolf shake in his shoes. Soon after, the wolf paid a visit to the straw house of Pig Little 1. "Stay out of my hut or I'll kick your big butt. I'm telling you, you'd better run." The wolf took a giant step forward. "Oh yeah, come and get me," he dared. Pig 1 made a fist. He swung, but he missed. "I wish I had been way more prepared." The wolf chased Pig 1 to his brothers and hollered, "Hey, Pig, let me in." Pig 2 yelled, "Retreat, or you'll suffer defeat by the hair of my chinny chin chin." One puff and the wolf blew the door down. Pig 2 did his best flying kick. But woof, the wolf dodged and the pig's foot got lodged. "We've got to get out of here quick." The chase carried on to their sisters. Pig 3 was outside in her gi. "I'm a certified weapon, so watch where you're stepping. You don't want to start up with me." Pig 3 faced the wolf and bowed deeply, for ninjas are very polite. "Quit huffing and puffing, and I am not bluffing. I warn you, I'm willing to fight." She then gave a swift demonstration with backflips and butterfly kicks. The wolf looked quite shaken, but hollered, "Yo, bacon, I'm not pleased, and I am not at all scared of your tricks." Pig 3 heaped some bricks in a pile. "I'll show you what else I can do." With one mighty whack, she split the whole stack. Pig 3 said, "That could have been you." The wolf saw that he was outrivaled. He took one last look at Pig 3. "I love to eat ham, but I think I should scram before she makes mincemeat of me." The brother pigs high-fived their sisters and watched the wolf vanish from view. They cheered, "Ninjas rule! Let's go back to school so we can be ninja pigs too." They devoted themselves to their training, till each proudly earned a degree. 3 pigs full of mojo, they ran their own dojo, and life was forever wolf-free. Yeah. Okay. Hello again, and up next, we're going to have a very special...
Oh, that's us. Yes, Taiko.
Up next will be Taiko, featuring us.
Yes.
So, do you want to describe the drum a little bit?
Yeah, so the taikos in U.S. mostly made out of wine barrel. So the construction is relatively inexpensive because a typical Japanese taiko is actually made out of a one-piece wood, so we cordon. But American taiko we have in Northern California that have a lot of wine country. So lots of these wine barrels actually get reused and to build a taiko. So they strap this type of skin on top of it, and the taiko have different type of sizes. So these are pretty big. This is called odaiko. It's a big drum, and then this is more chudaiko, kind of like a medium size, and then this is shime. Every taiko sound different, just because on this particular type of taiko, we do have some adjustment with bow shimmy.
Yeah.
So the harder you crank it up, the higher the sound. For example, let me give you a demonstration of what the odaiko sound like. Right. So the chudaiko, you can the shime, and then smaller shime. So they sound different type. The construction of this is called a baji, is a drumstick, and the different type of wood that would use the construction baji. The lighter one, now we use pine, so it's a lot lighter. The heavier one, this one is actually oak, so it's quite heavy. I like heavier taiko, baji, just because when I hit the drum, it's a lot more. And we tend to also hit the edge of the drum, have a different type of sound. You can see that it resonates differently. Smaller baji.
A little bit lighter.
Yeah, this is a lighter baji. Smaller tip, you can see. And then we even have bigger
Large bachi.
bigger and longer one. But these type of bachis tend to be lighter because a lot of time we do the twirling and everything. So we want a lighter bachi. And we also don't want to use this type of big bachi on a smaller drum. So this type of bachi usually designed for the odaiko. So you can actually, and sometimes you actually mount this one up and you can hit it this way, right?
Which we will demonstrate later on, I think,
Yes,
actually.
we do that.
So usually the shime, this one right here, is usually our metronome. We use it a lot to keep the beat while the other people will actually play, which you'll see in one of our later pieces. Most of the time, I think a lot of the body of the work is done on the chu, and then the odaiko over here. So there's different types. You notice this one does not have the little curls, which is called a mimi. So it depends. There's nothing wrong with it. Some drum makers just like to not have it on. Some leave it on. There's benefits to both, but that really doesn't affect the sound at all.
Yeah, these are actually used to tighten the drum head. So they put a wooden stick over it and then basically crank it up. So the tension of the pulling tighten up the head. So depending on how much tension you want. No, thank you.
You're welcome.
There you go.
Thank you.
Right. So on these type of, I personally I like the mimi just because they kind of look different. But some drum builder actually decided to cut them off, kind of make it flat. Right.
So, and then also with shime, this one is called a bolt shimmy because we're using metal bolts to kind of tighten the sound. Traditional shime, and a lot of them, some people, they like ones that are tied with rope.
Yes. It's a rope shimmy.
Rope is also, it can adjust the tone, I think, but the problem is you have to keep tightening it after every use, I believe.
Yeah.
This one you can just take a wrench, I believe, and just kind of tighten up the sound. So there's a little pros and cons, and there's all kinds of different drums. They have ones that are made out of wood that are portable, so we can carry it up. So, but today we're just going to be using these 4 drums.
Yeah, in this type of layout, because lots of time our group is relatively small, just Roby, me, and Kaylee. So lots of time we actually play multiple drums. Yeah.
So, but we're really honored to be able to share this with you guys. We hope you enjoy the performance.
Yes, I think we are.
Are we?
Are you ready to play soon?
I don't know. I'm always ready. You're always ready to play.
Okay, yeah. Let's get ready.
Sometimes we can't get you to stop. So,
all right.
anyways, well, we're not done yet. So anyways, we hope that you got a little bit of history here on the Taiko. And we're going to look forward to being able to play. And we hope you enjoy. We hope you smile. We hope you laugh.
Yep.
So,
We're kind of goofy anyway. So.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of how we are. So, anyways, we are Ryujin Taiko.
Yes.
And we are going to here to share with you the love of Japanese drums.
Yes.
So, here, give me.
That song is called Acceleration.
And our next song that we want to play for you is called Chikoku. And that was written by our friend Gene Sugano out of
Hey, Gene.
Parabo Tabo in Las Vegas.
Yes.
And this is a really fun song. I'm out of breath.
Yeah, let's do it.
So that's a good sign. So next up, Chikoku. Thank you.
We'll take a couple minutes to set up the rearrange the drum set.
So yeah, so
let
this
me
would
do
be a good time to, while he does that, I'm going to introduce that our next piece that we're going to do is called Yodan. And it was created by San Francisco Taiko Dojo, and it was brought, and we were able to learn it from our Taiko school, Los Angeles Taiko Institute. It's a great song, and it actually refers to how many people are actually playing in the piece. So, excuse me, I'm out of breath. So there's usually at least 4 people, so Yondan. You can have up to 8 and probably more, and the 8 is called Hachidan. So we are actually going to do it, and I've seen it actually with 2 people, so it's called Nidan, which is 2 in Japanese. For us, we're going to do it 3, so we would call it Sandan. But it sounded so close to our favorite flavoring called Pandan that we kind of inadvertently call it Pandan. So it's a great song. There's many ways that it can be done. And in this one, our helper here will be our 3rd member of our group, our daughter, Calix. Come say hi. No, over here. They can't see you. So anyways, she learned the song with us last year. So last year it was a total family effort. So we're really excited. We're going to debut it for you today, and we're going to see how well it goes, and we're really excited. So thank you so much. We are Ryujin Taiko. I don't think we even said our name, did we? I don't think so. So we are Ryujin Taiko, and this is our third year at the Aquarium. We are really honored to be back. We love it here. It's just such a wonderful event, and we're really glad that we were able to do it by live streaming this time. So are we all set? Okay, I need to change bachi. So, okay. so that was Yodan. It was first time our daughter now has performed that live with us outside of our student recital. So we were very excited, and we hope that you enjoyed our Taiko performance. We hope we made you laugh, hope we made you smile. And there's a lot more Taiko out there. The Southern California is really, really good for Taiko. So if you're interested in giving it a try, you can go online and check out and see if there's any Taiko schools in your area. In the meantime, you know, we're going to have a lot of wonderful acts coming up here today. And this place here at the Aquarium, they host so many wonderful events that just show a lot of the culture. And we're just honored to be a part of it. There's an awful lot to see, and there's an awful lot to do. And even now, outside, they have a lot of exhibits that you can come and see. And there's just so much to go on here. You want to say something? Because I'm running out of breath.
This piece, Yodan usually play with a big group of people. And the setup is basically the two drum symmetry of each other. And then we actually play with a large group of people. We actually rotate the drum, the big drum. And we also rotate the small drum. And the piece, the last time we performed, it's over 10 people, huh?
Last time we performed it, we would actually go around the drum. There would be 4 people orbiting this middle drum here, as he will demonstrate, in addition to the tornado part of it. So it's really exciting because you have to coordinate within 4 people, and you have to try not to get dizzy because you have to keep going around that drum, plus that ending, which is 7 times you got to spin back and forth. So it's a really challenging, but it's so much fun because you get the solo in between. And so we hope you enjoyed that. And we're really been, and I've got to go and wipe the sweat off my face so I can come back and MC some more for y'all. And I won't be out of breath next time, I promise. So anything else that you would like to say?
Kaylee, would you like to say something?
No.
Yeah.
So she'll play for you, but she doesn't want to speak to you, sorry. But we will be here to keep on talking throughout the day. So we hope you enjoy it, and looking forward to some of our next acts coming up. So again, we are Ryujin Taiko, and we're out of Orange County, and it's been a real honor to be here and to be playing and to be emceeing and storytelling. So.
All right, we are excited to introduce an artist from China. His name is Zhong.
He's going to be doing Chinese teapot balancing and acrobatics, and he is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Please welcome Zhong. Zhong先生. Wow, what a wonderful performance from Mr. Zhong.
That was amazing.
Yes.
I still can't figure out how he does all that
Yeah.
balancing and everything. That is totally amazing to me.
Right.
So
The next performance will be he's actually do a face changing. You got to see this. I mean, I saw so many times, and I'm always excited to see it.
it's always amazing. I still
Yes.
can't figure out how he does it, but he does it so quickly. And hey, maybe they can figure.
Yeah. So
I sure can, and I'm right here.
okay, we'll be right back.
变，好潇洒，好浪漫。说是不知，那是不瞒，难着不会，会着不难。30岁你远看近看，前看后看，近看慢看左看右看三看下看，环看四看，硬是好耍又新鲜。新鲜，别换，那叫人机火箭，白蓝，简直变化多端，反复锤炼，技巧不断发展，更深久远，老辈子代代相传。变脸，变脸，变脸，变脸，变脸，变脸。豪杰气腾现，变出过巴蜀儿女同心肝，变出过中华民族气象万千，艳阳天，万紫千红百花园。
Next book is called No Kimchi for Me. It's by Autumn Kim, and it talks about the favorite Korean dish, kimchi. And it's about a little cat named Yumi. It's time for lunch. Yumi loves Grandma's dried seaweed, tiny anchovies, and soft egg omelets, even her seasoned bean sprouts. But Yumi does not like stinky, spicy kimchi. You can't eat it because you're a baby, said June. Only big kids eat kimchi, said Yoon. I'll show them. Oh no, yuck! Baby, baby, the brothers tease. After lunch, June and Yoon don't let Yumi play. This game is not for babies. No fair, Yumi says. Not for babies. I'm not a baby, says Yumi, and I can prove it. Uh-oh. Yumi has an idea. First, she tries to hide some kimchi on a chocolate chip cookie. That doesn't work. Then she tries to hide some on a slice of pizza. That doesn't work either. Ice cream doesn't work either. Ah! I hate kimchi, shouts Yumi. Grandma has a plan. They chop, they pour, they break, they add, and they stir. And cook. They're frying up something. Yoon smells something delicious. What's that? Asked Eung. June smells it too. What's that? Asked June. It's a kimchi pancake. For our big girl, Grandma says. Yumi puts the fork to her mouth. I can do this, she says. Still spicy, she says. But yummy! And they ate it all up. Hello again, and we're back again, and finally cooled down. I got my breath back. So today we are here again at the beautiful Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach for the Autumn Festival, where we're celebrating all kinds of different culture. We really want to give a great big thanks to the aquarium for doing these type of festivals. It really showcases so many different cultures, as well as gives a great education about animals and the marine life and everything around us, and it's just a wonderful place to be. So right now,
Yeah, I think normally we fill this place with people and lots more festive, but this year we want to do virtual.
so we're enjoying it that they actually went through and they did the live streaming so we can share the culture with you.
Yes.
So right now we've got some artifacts here on our table that we're going to go over and just kind of give you a brief history of what they are. So if you see them in different venues or different events, you'll kind of get a little bit more knowledge of what they are.
So I see a whole bunch of different design, different colors. So for this particular owner here, see?
You look lovely.
Okay.
This one is called the Hanya mask, and it represents a jealous woman, or, yeah, she looked very jealous. It's supposed to be that she was a regular woman who was so consumed with rage and jealousy that over time, she kind of morphed into this demon creature with horns and a very leering mouth. Now, some of them are white, and then some of them are red. Supposedly, the white one represents like higher, more nobility type of woman, whereas the red is just a regular woman, like regular.
Yeah, she looked mad.
And if it's a dark, dark red, then it's beyond hope.
Yeah.
But anyways, the idea is that when you wear this mask, it looks like it's leering at you or it's mocking you. But they also say that if you tilt your head down, it looks like it's crying or it's really, really, really sad. So
How they look?
you look like you're leering at me. So, but anyway, so that's the Hanya mask, and it's you'll see it a lot in the No theater. So all of these masks usually come from the classical No theater period, which is very traditional Japanese kind of drama, musical drama sometimes, but it's a very, very old and well-respected art form in Japan.
Okay, so how about this one? This one.
This one right here is called the Kitsune mask. It is representative of a fox, and foxes are very, very well known in Japan. They're known in a way, they're very, very dual, because sometimes they're known for being tricky and very sly, but then they're also on the god Inari. In Shinto culture, the fox is also the messenger for Inari, so he's a little bit more well respected. They also come in very many different colors, and you'll see them a lot. There's a lot of fun. People like to wear the fox mask, the kitsune mask, and they can range. I hear that they actually have a story that they have 1 to 9 tails. So if you see a story about a kitsune and they have 9 tails, that usually means the kitsune has reached a very high level of respectability.
All right.
Yeah, so
So this, I know that I see a lot of people wear white fox mask, but what's the difference between a white and a black mask?
I think it represents certain elements on the thing, but I think a lot of people, it's a lot of preference too.
Okay.
And they have them in gold, they have them in white, they have them in black. So, yes, you look lovely. But they're a lot of fun. So this is one, if you're in a Japanese festival, a lot of people love to wear the kitsune mask.
Yeah, so the last one on the table is the blue.
Ooh.
Oh.
This is the Japanese representation of an oni, which is a demon character that it matches your hoppy coat. Anyways, the idea behind it is that the oni is a representative of a demon who wears has a either a red is very common, red or a blue face, sometimes black, but they usually have like a tiger loin, what do you call it, a tiger pelt to wear. They usually carry a club called the kanebo, and one of the festivals is called Setsubin, I believe, and you throw beans at the demon to drive them out and to have good luck come in. So that's one of the cultural things. One of our stories that we'll read later, is called A Funny Little Woman, and it actually features an Oni in it as the bad guy, but he's not really that bad. So in some ways, they're kind of more like fun characters as well, too, I think. So they're a lot of fun, and they're really great to wear. These are all from the No Theater, and he's very, very common. So if you want to invite good luck and drive him out, go throw beans, natto, soybeans at him.
Okay, is that cooked or uncooked?
I think it could, well, depends, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's on that. And then on this side over here, this is called a daruma. Here.
I'll hold.
And these represent the, basically, he was one of the gods, I believe, who, the idea is that you get a daruma at New Year's and you can fill in. He comes with his eyes are blank. And then
How
when
come you only fill in one?
well, the idea is that you make a wish and you fill in the left, I think it's the left eyeball. And then at the end of the year, if your wish has come true or it happened, then you would fill in the right eyeball. And
Like a year?
usually every year. You started at the start of the new year. The sad thing is that at the end of the year, you have to take him to the fire ceremony at the start of the next year, and he gets burned.
Wow, okay.
But in the meantime, you can see him in many, many households, many temples, and many Japanese establishments. And I don't know, I like him.
Yeah,
I
he
think
kind of
he-
looked like a Mario.
And he comes in different colors. He's not necessarily just in red. He can also be in white. He can be in pink. I've seen him in pink. So they're just really a symbol for good luck and hope in a way too, I think.
Yeah,
So
okay. Very
I
good.
like him.
All right.
He's one of my favorites. So anyways, those are some of the things that we have here, and we will be discussing more of them.
I think, how about the Nikos, those cat statue?
The Neko, I think can get to them on our next segment of culture, and as well as our little drum. We can give a demonstration a little bit later.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of neat, the Japanese culture is just full of a lot of neat and wonderful items here. So, if you see them, now you kind of got a little bit more of a history on what some of these things are. And we're really, really glad to be sharing that with you. And again,
Yeah.
here we are. And talk more about Japanese culture. We're going to turn it over to Joy Nishijima Fujita, who's going to talk about the wonderful art of origami.
Yes, I love origami.
It is
It's-
beautiful.
It never turned out the same the way we did it. huh?
When I do it, it doesn't look like that. But she is an expert. She's done this for 40 years, so she's going to give you a whole bunch of knowledge and show you all the beautiful things she's got over there. So
right.
welcome, Joy.
Welcome,
Thank you.
Joy.
My name is Joy, and I'm here to introduce you to the world of origami. A little bit of the background. Origami is usually associated with Japan, and I've got to read my notes, sorry. The word origami is a Japanese word. Ori means to fold. Gami is kami, or gami is paper. The roots of origami, in Japan, they were Chinese came over in the 6th century. They created paper, came over to 6th century, and Japanese started folding. All throughout history and around the world, there's all types of paper folding. And the so-called modern origami today started about 1954, again in Japan. Okay. I started folding a long, long time ago because it was fun, enjoyable. I liked it. Take a single piece of paper and you can mold it, fold it, and make something out of it. And to have something finished, completed, unless it doesn't turn out, you mush it up and you throw it over your shoulder and you can say, that's a rock. So my favorite folding items are making gift cards, gift boxes and fold currency. I love the cranes. I love all types of cranes.
Cranes.
In regards to currency, I fold easy currency when I used to go to restaurants, as we can't go at the moment. But you can make a shirt and tie. I don't know if you can see that. You can make a plain shirt, and I forgot his pants, but you can make pants. I think this is from Hawaii. This is a shirt that even opens up.
Oh, wow.
Okay. A simple heart. Good luck frog.
Wow.
And of course, really easy, the bow tie.
Oh,
Okay.
We love that kind of paper, the currency.
I think you'll find origami is fun, but it's also educational. There's math, there's hand-eye coordination, and it's also a stress reliever.
yes.
Okay? So let's start. The traditional origami starts with one single square sheet of paper, fold it, mold it to a completed sculpture. No cutting, gluing, taping, or marking whatsoever. Remember, no cutting, gluing, taping, or marking. Okay? Today I'm going to show a simple fish. And all you're going to need is your paper, kami. Okay. 6 inches or larger would be best for this. So if you don't have anything now, please go get some paper. You can use copy paper, make it square. Magazines, calendars, whatever you find, use it because that's what you can practice on. Okay? Types of origami paper. You have all different sizes, different prints. And even really teeny tiny ones.
And you can get these at any kind of
Yes,
store, right? That has
Joann's, Michael's,
crafts. And
Asian stores, and online.
Perfect.
Okay, you can go anywhere. So if you've got your paper, let's go. I like to diagram each one for myself so I don't forget.
Do you need
Then have it ready. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start. Okay, we're starting.
Yes.
We're going to start with the color side down, white side up. We're going to make a diagonal. And open. I'm going to rotate. Another diagonal. Okay. We're going to now work with this point going to the center, and this point going to the center, one at a time.
Do the creases have to be very, very, can they be loose or do they have to be very
You always want a nice sharp creases.
sharp crease?
Okay. So I like to fold away from me. So I'm going to go this point to the center.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see that out there, the lines. I'm going to turn it. This is what you did. Point to the center, point to the center. Okay. You're going to close it up by folding it in half. And close it, fold it in half. You now have a short side and a long side. We're going to work with the short side, and I like to fold forward again, so I'm going to turn it this way. There is a center line, if you can see that. You're going to put your finger next to the center line, and you're actually going to match your points or dots. This dot is going to go to this dot. Okay? Or this top line, and this is the open one, the short edge, is going to go down to the center. Okay? So you're going to take this point here, your finger is here, move it down the center. Okay? Move it down the center. You're going to crease it. Sharp crease. That's what it should look like. This is the short end, the long end, this edge to this edge. I'm going to do three folds on here. That's one. Same thing here. You want this point to go to this point. Or if you put your finger in here, you can just roll it over. Okay? So this point to this point. And crease. This shouldn't pass the center line. And this is straight across here. Okay. One more time, we're going to take this edge to this edge, or this point to this point, and it should fall right along that line. This is the fin, so it's going that way, or the tail end. And fold. So that is one half of your fish.
Yes.
Okay, are you all there? One,
Out of curiosity,
2, 3.
if it tears or, if something happens, obviously we say no tape or anything, but is it okay if we rip the paper? This has happened to me before, that's why.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And
We fix it.
is it okay when we're practicing to
Oh, yeah.
go ahead and just tape it and then continue on? That's
Or
okay.
you go like this and throw it.
Start over. Yep.
So you should have this. You're going to turn the model over, and you're going to do the same thing you did on this side. Okay? This is the nose or the point. This is his fins. Here's that center. You're going to take this edge, go down the center. So the easiest way is put your finger in there and go straight down. Okay? And fold. Okay? Center line, top. And put this point to this point, or this point to this point. It's like fold. And one last one, this point to this point. And it should line up on the bottom. And fold. So you have fins on both sides. Okay. So this isn't much of a simple fish, doesn't swim very well. You take the two fins, there's one in the facing you and one facing out. You're just going to flip it.
Oh, okay. I'm just
Okay.
curious how they make it stay.
There's one next to you and one further away. And flip it.
It's magic.
And there you are.
So Joy,
Get
I
your
noticed
flash.
there's a lot of origami on your table that have multiple parts. How did you get those parts to stay together?
No glue, no taping.
That's right.
Those are called modules, and then I'll show you them in a second. But here you go. It's your
Nice.
simple fish.
That's amazing.
Okay?
Very nice. Yes.
How do people come up with, the folding? I'm always amazed that they can take paper and they can make it into just so many different wonderful shapes, different animals, different creatures. I wonder how they come up with all of it, all the steps and everything.
Yes, they're very smart.
It's very amazing to
Engineers
me.
and yeah,
Well,
I've
someone
not,
had to come up with all that,
yeah,
so
I've
it's
not designed
amazing.
anything. But what you can do, you're making a simple fish. You create another fold, and you're making a different fish.
Right.
Then you can call it your
Interesting.
own. Yeah.
All the origami start with a square piece of paper? It's, okay.
Always
The
square.
traditional one. Yes.
Traditional.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have some that are not that way, but let's look at over here.
Yeah, we noticed you've got all these beautiful origami creations on your table. Are all of them yours, or did you do them all?
No, gosh. I have Pam Ike from Torrance. Borrowed a lot of items from her. And Georgette Jenkins from Palos Verdes.
Wow,
And
Beautiful, huh?
I know.
things I found in my home. Michael Sanders, wet folds.
Wow.
That's a,
And a lot of the kusadamas was
That's
Joe
origami.
Hamada in
they stay together with
Gardena.
a glue.
That's amazing.
Amazing.
So if you're just a beginner, go ahead. Start with a sailboat or a cup. Cup is very useful if you happen to need water at any time. But we're here at Long Beach Aquarium, and you're going to see, hopefully, a turtle or two,
Okay. We saw fish already. So.
a crab, and of course the penguins.
Of course.
And you're going to
My
see
favorite.
all kinds of fishes. So we've got all these fishes for you. These are one piece of paper. Okay. A beautiful little dragon,
Oh, that's nice.
triangular boxes, and you can do the Japanese helmet and make
Is that an
Angry Bird.
Oh, wow.
That is an angry bird. Like, is that an angry bird?
Familiar. Yeah, Angry Bird.
Or other bookmarkers you can make, and you decorate. Perfect and fun for parties.
Oh, I like the one on the bottom with his face.
But it's just a simple fold, and then you can decorate.
So, Joy, you say there's no marking on the color, but can you color the origami?
Okay. You can.
Like the Angry Bird, for example.
Yes, I cut out pieces and put it on.
Okay,
And you put
Yeah,
it
so it's not traditional.
I see.
So,
It's fun.
but
Fun.
yes, fun.
Oh, look at the
Purse.
Oh, okay. I can get that.
This is sample of a spiral in the
How
eyes
do you,
here.
oh, so you do the spiral in the origami and then just add it on to the,
This is one piece of paper.
was,
Yeah, it's
piece.
and
that's
spiral.
one piece.
Yes. I did not do this. Pam did this.
That is amazing.
This is colors,
Yes.
yellow on one side and brown. So getting over to more than a one, oh, we have all the cranes. I love cranes.
And there's a lot of significance for the suru crane
Good luck.
origami. I see them in a lot of the things that they make them on string,
Uh-huh.
and they have them hanging down, and like it represents. I think.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Growing up, we had to do 1,001, and we hung them on strings with little toothpicks.
Wow.
But they don't do that anymore. They put them big, beautiful pictures.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So the crane, I think this is Celebration crane. This one we just learned, the star crane. So there's all kinds of things you can do with the crane. A crane and a heart.
Wow.
Okay.
How long does it take to do I would say like a simple one, maybe it won't take as long, but obviously the more difficult ones might take a while. How long on average would you say?
Just a simple crane, maybe 5 minutes or so or more. But then the other ones, oh my gosh, hours and hours.
I want to learn how to do the horse.
Yeah, the horse.
amazing,
That
huh?
horse is amazing.
This would
They
take a
all are.
long time.
Yes.
I like this crane. It is the flapping crane
Hey.
Yeah.
movement. Okay. So if you come into more pieces, this is a ninja star, transforming star. And I basically think we had this on our kitchen table all the time growing up at Grandma's. She would put the
Wow, look at
teapot on it.
Yeah.
Or
Ninja
a
star.
two-piece ninja
So-
star.
that. The shuriken, right? Is that what
Shuriken.
Yeah.
So if you want to go into modules, look what Ginger made.
That is
Or
amazing.
Georgette made.
Yes.
Isn't it pretty? So you can do all kinds of things with these, and decorate.
This is all multiple pieces? Of
These are
paper, right? Okay.
modules, multiple pieces.
You can use it like Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Christmas,
ornament.
Yeah,
Yeah.
decorations.
toys. Let's see. Oh, a box in a box in a box in a box. So just continue making them smaller and smaller and smaller.
Wow.
Like a Russian.
And this is a snapology. These are ribbon or paper that's long pieces. There's connectors, and there's hundreds and hundreds of different ways to these isosceles and all the different names I can't even come up with.
Is this like, was it Tanabata, where they have a lot, sometimes they put the origami on the ball? Or is the ball?
Oh, I think that might be different.
Is
This
that
one
different? Different?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. So,
Because it looks
but,
the
really
the
pretty.
beautifulness.
Put about Christmas. Okay. And there's all kinds of books out there. You can go to the library. Or now just go on Google and you can pull out a diagram and do it step by step. Okay. So, books from Japan.
What's a good one would you recommend for a beginner?
Oh gosh, it'll say beginners for you. Yeah. But Tomoko Fusei, She has so many published books and so beautiful. The last day we had 19 days of folding for World Origami Day.
Wow.
And this is in her new book. And since I love cranes, this is her
beautiful.
That is
newest
beautiful.
one that'll be coming out. So, and you do, of course, different sizes.
Different sizes, different colors. It's amazing what you can make with so many. There's no limit
Correct.
to anything.
Correct. And favorite, Juan Park in Hawaii. I saved him till last. He does the koi
Wow.
with all the scales.
Wow, scale.
All the scales.
All the scales are wow.
Amazing. And I'm born the year of the dragon, so I purchased these from him.
Well,
Yeah. This
That's
is
amazing.
$2 bills.
$2 bill. And there is a significance I see where people, they fold the money into little shapes and then they give it as a gift sometimes. And that's just amazing.
But this dragon, he's got talent. He's got everything that a dragon is supposed to have.
and that's one piece.
This is two singles.
okay,
Two
wow.
singles.
2 pieces.
So that's
Yeah.
$4.
Then there's an ostrich, one of my favorites. A toilet.
Oh,
So thanks, somebody had to come up with how to make a toilet out of
Yeah.
origami.
They're designers.
It's in there, okay.
They design, oh my gosh. And this one's really nice. It is a flower in a pot.
Wow,
Okay, and this is one piece.
that's one piece.
One,
That's amazing.
yeah.
are the paper designed specifically for folding origami, or you can use almost any paper?
Oh yeah, anything. Newspapers, magazines,
With thicker
calendars.
paper better or thinner?
Depends on what you're making. If you're making something like this, you might want to spend more on it. Different types. I don't know if I showed this one. A flower,
Wow.
separate from
Wow.
the picture frame.
So the box is also origami and then you put the flower inside or the frame. Wow.
Yeah. So origami is lots of fun. You need to try it. Keep practicing. And it's a stress reliever, it's educational, it's the hand-eye coordination. Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you so
All
much,
right, thank you,
Joy.
Joyce.
This was really, really, really educational. It's a lot of fun to see, and it's just amazing
Yes.
what you can do.
Okay. Oh, one more. Thank you for showing up, and please keep your little fish to remind you that you can come out to Long Beach Aquarium when it's opened again and enjoy.
Yes.
Sayonara.
Definitely. Thank you very
Thank you
much,
so
Joy.
much.
I love that fish.
Yes.
Do you think you can make one when you get home?
Yeah, I think I can try.
You can do it?
Yeah.
See, if I do
Mine
it,
probably look like a piranha.
mine wouldn't look like a fish. I almost guarantee you. So, but this is amazing. This is giving me a lot of inspiration, though,
Yeah.
to try again. So I know I have origami paper, so I will give it a try.
Okay.
Thank you so
I
much.
remember as a kid, someone taught me how to make a monkey.
Oh,
Yeah, I've think about it. It's actually a multiple piece, 3 pieces that's kind of stick together. So
give it a try.
yeah, I'll give it a try.
Now we have animal presentation by the Aquarium of the Pacific.
So Heather Penn and Amanda Torres, take it away.
Hello. Hi, thank you for having me here today. I'm Amanda, and this is my co-trainer, Heather, and we have brought 2 of our rainbow lorikeets today. And they are so excited to be here, as you can tell by all of their chirps. They're very social birds, so both of these birds live together, and they're actually brother and sister. So this here is Kyle, and that is his sister, Evelyn. And right now they're eating some of their favorite food. So their favorite food is a smoothie made with apples, bananas, pears, papaya, and nectar. They are nectivores, so we've made these fun little preps for them that are flowers, because that's actually how they would eat. They'd eat right out of their flowers, and that's how they would actually eat in the wild too. They gather their nectar from the flowers. So they have special tongues that are adapted to be able to do that. They have bristles, kind of like a paintbrush, that are right on the edge and allow them to lick up all that liquid. Now, even though they look like parrots, they don't eat seeds and nuts like a lot of other parrots do. These are lorikeets, and specifically these are rainbow lorikeets. Lorikeets are a type of bird that would be found all over the South Pacific, Asia, and Australia. This species is actually from Australia and the surrounding islands, but there are species that are of different colors kind of all over that area. You are so loud, huh? He's saying a lot of words. Sometimes he actually repeats words that we say, so he can say things like step up, because that's what we say to him all the time to train him. He can also say hello, but they also make their own lorikeet sounds. Wow. So like I said, he was eating out of his flower, and we've actually trained him, but we have a whole aviary here filled with rainbow lorikeets, very much like these guys. But these two are our special animal ambassadors because they would not do as well in lorikeet forests as the rest of our lorikeets. Both of these were born here about 13 years ago, but they were born blind. So they don't survive out there. Instead, they get to make these special appearances and kind of have a nice, healthy lifestyle in a different way than the rest of the birds in our lorikeet forest flock. Nice and quiet now. There we go. Now, if you look really carefully, you can look at his chest color. He has kind of a yellow and orange sort of chest color. That's a sunset-looking chest. And that's one of the subspecies. So these are called Swainson's lorikeets. We have a black and red striped chest lorikeets in our lorikeet forest. Those are called green-naped lorikeets. And we also have some that have all yellow chests, and those are our Edwards lorikeets. So if you ever come by and visit and you're looking through our lorikeet forest, then you probably could notice all the different subspecies that we have here at the aquarium. Now Kyle is gonna go finish off the rest of his lunchtime smoothie, and Evelyn, I think she's probably closer to being done with hers because she's not talking as much today. But we're gonna be walking off. Thank you for listening and learning all about our two rainbow lorikeets.
All right, what a talkative bird.
Oh, but so beautiful.
Yes,
Amazing birds.
yes,
So thank you very much, and that was really exciting.
yeah.
You want a parakeet or a parrot?
No, too noisy for me.
Too noisy for you. Okay.
All right.
This book is called The Rooster's Antlers, which is a story of the Chinese zodiac. Long ago, the world was new. The Jade Emperor created a calendar to measure time. He said, I will name each of the 12 years in my calendar after an animal. The wisest, the bravest, the swiftest, the most beautiful animals will be chosen. The animals were very excited. Whom would the Jade Emperor choose? Everyone was sure Rooster would be picked. He had colorful feathers, a bright red comb, and glorious pair of coral antlers. I am the most beautiful animal of all, he crowed. The Jade Emperor has to choose me. Dragon was also a splendid creature, but he was much less certain that he would be chosen. Dragon had a bald head and was very sensitive about it. I wish I could do something about my head, Dragon complained to his friend the centipede. Nobody ever looks at my colorful scales, my rippling mane, or my magnificent tail. They all just stare at my head. If I had antlers like the rooster, no one would notice that my head is bald. Centipede was a sly, worm-like creature without the many legs and stinging jaws of Dede. He was always scheming and telling lies about other animals. His only friend was Dragon, who felt sorry for him. What would you give me if I got Rooster's antlers for you? Centipede asked Dragon. I'd give you many legs and powerful jaws, Dragon said. You wouldn't need me to protect you. You could defend yourself. Good, Centipede exclaimed. I'd be fierce and powerful. All the other animals would be afraid of me. They would have to do whatever I told them, whether they liked it or not. Don't worry, Dragon. I'll make sure the Jade Emperor picks you. You'll be wearing Rooster's antlers. Centipede crawled away to visit the rooster. What do you want, Centipede? Snapped the rooster. Dragon needs a favor, Centipede whined. You know how ashamed he is about his bald head. He is embarrassed to let the Jade Emperor see him. But if he were wearing your beautiful antlers, no one would notice that he is bald. "So Dragon wants to borrow my antlers. Very well, he can have them." Rooster had a generous nature. He also knew that he was certain to be chosen by the Jade Emperors, with or without his antlers. "Dragon can keep my antlers as long as he needs them," said Rooster. He assumed the Dragon would send them back after the Jade Emperor made his choice. Centipede grinned as he took the antlers from Rooster. These were exactly the words he wanted to hear. "Thank you, Rooster. Dragon will be so grateful." Centipede hurried back to the Dragon. "Here are Rooster's antlers," Centipede told him. "He says you may keep them as long as you need them. Rooster is very kind, and you were very clever to get me such beautiful coral antlers." Dragon replied as he fitted the antlers onto his head. "How splendid I am! No one will notice my bald head now." He turned to Centipede. "I will give you what I promised. Crawl into my magic jar." Centipede crawled into Dragon's magic jar. Dragon filled the jar with earth, air, fire, and water. He sprinkled it with golden scales from his tail, and then he waved in the 4 directions, north, south, east, and west. Dragon banged a gong. "Come out, Centipede." When Centipede emerged from the jar, he was a different creature. He no longer crawled on his belly. He had many legs to carry him. He no longer wheedled and whined. His mouth held powerful, stinging jaws. Centipede ran around in circles, exercising his new legs, snapping his jaws at the flies. "Thank you, Dragon. Now I am fierce and powerful. All other animals will tremble before me." "Don't brag, Centipede," Dragon cautioned him. "Even when one is mighty, it is still important to speak softly and act modestly. Besides, you may not be as mighty as you think." Soon afterward, the Jade Emperor summoned the animals to his palace. As Rooster preened and strutted before the mirrors, he noticed Dragon was wearing his antlers. "How splendid you look," Rooster said politely. "Thank you," Dragon replied. "It is the antlers." "I know," thought Rooster. "I made a big mistake. I should have kept those antlers for myself." The Jade Emperor looked at all the animals. First, he announced his choices. Rat was chosen for his cleverness, ox for his strength, tiger for her fierceness, rabbit for her gentleness, dragon for his wisdom, snake for her cunning, horse for his swiftness, ram for his courage, monkey for her intelligence, rooster for his beauty, dog for her loyalty, and pig for his good nature and common sense. The 12 earthly branches of the cycle of the years will be named after these noble animals. Their portraits will be placed in the heavens to shine forever amongst the stars. The chosen animals congratulated one another. All were pleased to be honored, except the rooster. "What? Dragon was chosen 5th and I was only 10th? If I hadn't given away my antlers, I would have been 5th instead of Dragon. No! I would have been 1st instead of the rat. Why was I so stupid? Why did I let Centipede talk me into lending my antlers?" Rooster stormed up to the Dragon. "Give me back my antlers," he demanded. "I will not," said Dragon. "You told Centipede I could keep your antlers for as long as I needed them. Well, I'm still bald, so I still need them. I promise to give them back if I ever grow hair. Unfortunately, it might be a while. No dragon has grown hair on top of his head for 10,000 years. "You cheated me! You're just as bad as Centipede," Rooster screamed. The dragon just smiled as he floated away amongst the clouds. Rooster marched home, ruffling his feathers, upset and angry. Along the way, he met Centipede. "It's your fault the dragon stole my antlers. You tricked me." "Not so," Centipede replied. "You're the one who said Dragon could keep them as long as he needed to. You don't like it? Well, too bad." Rooster squawked with rage. He flew at the Centipede. But Centipede did not run away. Instead, he charged back and forth, snapping his jaws. "Beware, Rooster. I am not afraid of you. I have many, many legs, and I have strong, stinging jaws. I can tear you apart. There won't be a feather left of you when I'm done." "Why, you arrogant little worm! Rooster crowed, "First you steal my antlers, now you threaten me." Centipede should have remembered Dragon's words of warning. He was not nearly as ferocious as he thought. His legs could not carry him as fast as Rooster's could fly. Nor could his stinging jaws hurt Rooster's beak. Rooster chased him back and forth, clawing and pecking him mercilessly. Centipede barely escaped with his life. He crawled under a rock. Here he waited in terrified silence until Rooster went away. Rooster and his descendants have hated centipedes ever since that day. They blame them for the loss of their antlers. Whenever Rooster spies a centipede scurrying across the farmyard, he gobbles him up. But Rooster still hopes to recover his antlers. He can often be seen perched on a fence, flapping his wings, stretching out his neck, and crowing in his loudest voice. "Cock-a-doodle-doo! Dragon, you thief! Give me back my antlers!" The dragon, floating high above the clouds, only smiles and pretends he doesn't care. All right, now we're going to present to you some of our cultural storytelling. Our first book is called The Funny Little Woman. It is written by Arlene Moselle. And it's a pretty funny story, so hope you enjoy it. The Funny Little Woman. Long ago in old Japan, there lived a funny little woman who liked to laugh and liked to make dumplings out of rice. One morning, as she was patting and shaping the rice flour, one of the dumplings started to roll. It rolled across the table. It rolled to the edge of the table, and then it fell right to the earthen floor. "Stop!" cried the little woman. But the dumpling rolled and rolled and rolled until it rolled down a hole. "You ungrateful dumpling," scolded the little woman as she knelt and reached for it. But just then, the earth gave way, and head over heels, she tumbled and tumbled until she found herself on the most unusual road. It was a hilly road, lined with statues of the gods. "My dumpling! My dumpling! Where is my dumpling?" she shouted as she ran. Soon, she came to one of the statues. "Jiso-sama, did you see my dumpling?" "Yes, I saw your dumpling roll by 3 minutes ago, but you better not follow the road because the wicked Oni lives at the end of the road." "Tee-hee-hee-hee," laughed the little woman. "I'm not afraid of the Oni." And she kept running down the road, crying, "My dumpling, my dumpling, has anyone seen my dumpling?" "I have," said a very stern Jiso. "It rolled by me not 2 minutes ago. But don't run after it, for you will surely meet a wicked Oni." "Oh, tee-hee-hee-hee," laughed the little woman. "I'm not afraid of the wicked Oni." And she ran even faster, shouting, "My dumpling, my dumpling, has anyone seen my dumpling?" Soon, she came to another Jiso and asked, "Dear Jiso, have you seen my dumpling? It rolled by just 1 minute ago. But hurry and hide behind me, for here comes the wicked Oni." The wicked Oni stopped and bowed to Jiso. "Good day, Jiso-sama." And very politely, Jiso said, "Good day." Sniff, sniff, sniff. "Jiso-sama," cried the wicked Oni, "I smell the smell of humankind." "Oh, you smell the breeze off the river." "No, no," said the wicked Oni. "I smell the tee-hee-hee-hee." The little woman could not keep from laughing. Tee-hee-hee-hee. Then the wicked Oni put one large arm behind Jiso and pulled the little woman out. "What are you going to do with the little woman?" asked Jiso. You won't hurt her, will you?" "Hurt her, I should say not," said the wicked Oni. "I'm going to take her home and have her cooked for all of us." "Tee-hee-hee-hee-hee," laughed the little woman as the wicked Oni took her down the road to a wide river. He put her in a boat and took her across the river to a strange home. In the kitchen, he gave her a large wooden paddle. "Now, this is how you must cook our rice," said the wicked Oni. "First put just one grain of rice in this pot. Stir it with this magic paddle, and you will soon have a pot full." "Tee-hee-hee-hee," laughed the little woman. "That's easy." And soon after the wicked Oni left, she tried it out. 1 grain of rice and stir. And as she stirred, the 1 grain became 2, 2 became 4, then 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, and the pot was full. Tee-hee-hee-hee, she laughed. What fun I shall have making rice dumplings. The weeks and the months passed as the little woman kept busy cooking rice for the wicked Oni, for Oni eat more rice than most people. One afternoon, though, she grew lonely for her little house and decided to return. First, she tucked the magic paddle in her belt, then she went out the door. She looked to the left, she looked to the right. There were no Oni to be seen. She ran to the river, stopped, and looked behind. There were still no Oni. Now, quietly, she got into the boat, then away she went. Since the river was really wide, she only reached the middle when the Oni returned and found her missing. Soon the Oni were all on the bank watching her. Now, because Oni do not swim, they had to think of a plan to stop her. They all got on their knees and drank the water from the river. When the little woman found the boat stuck in the mud, she was too frightened to laugh. So she jumped from the boat and began running. Her feet got stuck in the mud, her hands stuck in the mud, and she fell in the mud. Tee-hee-hee-hee-hee-hee-hee, roared the Oni. The little woman made such a funny sight. Of course, when they laughed, all the water fell from their mouth back into the river, so the little woman jumped in the boat, and away she went. After that, the little woman was very happy, for with her magic paddle, she could make more rice dumplings faster than ever. So she sold them, and soon she became the richest woman in all of Japan. The end. Hello, and we're going to show you some more of the cultural artifacts that we have here. We again want to thank the Aquarium for giving us this opportunity to share our culture and that of all the other cultures that they put on and they celebrate and they honor. So we're really, really grateful to be back again.
Yeah, so early on, I was talking about different type of drum, Taiko, the really big one. The shimi actually at the time was smaller, but now we have a little baby drums right here. This particular drum, we got them from a sono taiko, and this is actually a single piece of wood that was core out in the center, and then you have the skin in the back. Early on, we talking about the rope kind of shimmy. This is the same kind of technique that they were using rope to basically tighten the tension of the skin. So it basically changed the sound. Okay.
I will hold. I will be the stand.
All right. So actually, this is what it sounds like. Yeah. So it sounds a little bit.
Can you actually play a song on this?
Oh yeah. Okay, hold on.
You can even march. No.
So you can actually march because this one actually comes with the strap. Okay. So I'll hold it that way. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So it actually have a strap that you can hold. So people actually in festival we can actually holding it up and you can play. So make noise on both sides. Now the skin over time is going to loosen up, so it changed the tone of the skin. So every now and then we took them off, and then we actually tightened the skin, make it tighter. So yeah, it sound much better. But this is the technique that we're using in Japan for many years. It's a single piece of wood, and it's core in the center, skin on both sides, and then the rope is basically tied all together.
Can you use two bachi on it?
You can play.
Oh, there we go. We actually made this drum, by the way. They gave us the kit to make it, and we did everything from stringing it together, moistening the head so we could get it on, and then tying on the little thing here. So this was one big kit.
Everything. They provide the skin on both sides. They provide the rope and also the body of the drum. So you can get one of these kits and make your own Taiko joke. All right. Okay, so I see some other. I see some other thing on the table. Would you like to talk about it?
Yeah, these are called maneki neko. These are one of the, probably you see them in a lot of Japanese and a lot of Asian households actually to begin with. They're actually called the lucky cats in Japan. And people always think that they're either waving or they're pawing, and they're actually correct. The idea of a cat with his hand up in the air represents beckoning. So they're also called the beckoning cats. The left arm on the tradition says that the left arm is usually indicating customers. They want more, they're beckoning customers to come in. So the one on the right says money. They're beckoning more money. So in a lot of the households, you'll see that households usually will have the right maneki neko with the arm raised, and then in businesses, they like to have the left. And this item right here is a coin. So they're holding a coin and then they're beckoning either wealth or luck. Oh, thank you. So you can actually see that there's different styles. They come in different forms, but the idea is always the same. The idea that they said is that there was a man who was traveling, and he got lost, and there was a big rainstorm, and he was getting wet, and he was very, very, very miserable, and a little cat beckoned to him. And the man, he followed the cat, and he ended up finding a shelter where he was able to get healthy again. He was able to recover. And then when the cat, unfortunately, when it passed away, he decided to make some of the little clay cats as reminders and as inspirations for other people. But he wasn't sure, should we have the right or the left? So he decided to make both. And in that case, you can have both cats. I have both in my home. Mm-hmm. But you see them everywhere, and I've always wanted one of these. So when we got our home, it was one of the first things I purchased.
I noticed some of the cats have the arms up and down.
Yeah.
And
they have ones that are a little bit mechanical that they do. I think that's just to add the fun. They are based on a Japanese bobcat animal. So does this have a tail?
No, yeah, it does have a tail.
It's a very short tail, because Japanese bobcats have very small tails.
For coin.
I don't think there's any money in there. So, but anyways, they are a very big symbol in Japan, and you'll see them everywhere. They're one of my favorites.
Yes. Are there any significance between the bigger side and the smaller side?
I don't think there's any significance. You've seen some that are really, really, really large, and then some of them, I think it's just a matter of where you can place. Most of the time, I think they have little coin slots, so you can put money in it. It's just beckoning money. Mm-hmm. But it's definitely something that's very warm in the household. And
yeah, I saw some kanji. It was written. Yeah, okay, you're right.
Yeah, so it's definitely something that you will always see. So we're really, really grateful. Thank you for letting us share some of our favorite Japanese items, from no to traditional taiko to very, very, very familiar symbols in Japanese households, and in the Japanese world, you'll see them.
Okay, so up next, we're going to have Korean dance, Kim Eung-hwa, Korean Dance Academy, and I'm going to have Hannah take over. Hannah?
Hi, so first of all, we would like to thank the Aquarium of the Pacific for inviting us to the Aquarium of the Pacific's 19th annual Autumn Festival, which is virtual due to the pandemic. A little brief history about our dance company will be that the Kim Eung-hwa and Korean Dance Academy was founded by Miss Kim Eung-hwa in 1980. And then Miss Kim has been preserving traditional Korean culture in Los Angeles by participating in many programs that promote cultural awareness throughout the years. The Academy is a nonprofit organization committed to cultural enrichment by providing comprehensive training in the performing arts for people of all ages, gender, and ethnicity in Los Angeles communities. It serves the greater community of its present location in the heart of Koreatown as it strives to preserve the art of Korean traditional dance and music. The Academy actively engages in the promotion of the cultural awareness and exchange through performances in non-native venues. So for today, we will be performing two dances. The first will be the puppet dance, and the second will be the fan dance. The puppet dance is derived from a Korean traditional puppeteer troupe called 남사당패, which was a group of traveling actors who used puppeteer in the 1920s. This dance is a portrayal of the Korean puppets and dolls that children used to play back then, and the dancers' age ranges between 8 and 10, dressed in puppet or doll-like costumes, performing dance movements that recreate doll-like movements. Hope you guys enjoy. Thank you. Hi, so now the next dance will be fan dance. Fan dance is a modern adaptation of one of the many Korean traditional dances performed in front of kings and queens in the royal court. The dancers use feathered fans to accentuate the beautiful and elegant dance movements in Korean dance, as well as show the movement of flower petals and butterflies in the springtime. The costume worn by the dancers are called hanbok. Hanbok is a traditional 2 or 3-piece Korean dress, usually worn for formal or semi-formal traditional occasions, events, and celebrations. Similar to the military, the stripes and designs sewn into the hanbok determine rank and social status. The more vibrant the colors, the higher the social status. The color gold was only worn by the royalty, and images of dragons were only worn by the king. The queen was allowed to only wear images of flowers, which portrayed the meaning of beauty. Over time, hanbok has evolved accordingly with present day, even creating more modern designs that people may wear as everyday outfits. You may see some of your favorite K-pop artists like BTS or Blackpink wearing more traditional Korean hanboks that have become more modernized.
Really, that was just all the 2 girls, they were just amazing.
Yes.
Thank you,
And
thank
they're so
you.
energetic. So how young do they usually start to learn the Korean dances, the traditional dances?
Well, we recommend at least the youngest being 4. And then ages, we also have elder classes as well, because we do believe that it also is very good exercise. So we don't really, we don't have like an age limit. We just make sure that they're able to follow along. If not, they can just sit and watch.
Yeah, it was fascinating with the color that you're talking about. You
Yeah.
know, the gold versus. You know, it's, I think the Chinese and the Korean cultures share lots of common, even the written. You know.
Right.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
tradition, yeah.
Like way back during the Joseon Dynasty or Goguryeo Dynasty, Korea was very influenced by Chinese culture when the Chinese were moving along the road. So we did get a lot of things from the Chinese culture. That's why
Yes.
you may see a lot of overlap.
You were mentioned about dragon was using by the officials or the
Right.
Yeah, but in Chinese it's the same way. I mean they have the emperor actually using a dragon with 5 claws.
Oh,
Yeah,
I did
so
not know
the
that.
so the traditional people can only use 4, but only the emperor actually have a 5 claws.
Oh.
Interesting, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. You share lots of during celebration. Red and gold are just like your uniform.
yes,
Are
just
very
like I'm-
festive. Yeah, it looks so so festive.
What colors would you normally then wear? If it's not a festival, if you just want to wear the outfit, what, obviously, I don't think it would be as red or as gold, but
Right.
what would it be?
Well, it depends, especially as I mentioned before about your social status. So if you were more on the wealthier side or the higher class, then you would wear more vibrant colors. And then if you were more on the lower class status, it would be more neutral colors like white,
I see.
beige,
Uh-huh.
black.
So, and then the next dance that they will show us, will they?
They will be in very vibrant colors, not because more of their social status, but it's because they are portraying butterflies and flower petals.
Oh,
So just to give that image, we did decide to wear more of the pink and like blue, very bright, vibrant colors.
Yeah, I noticed the next dance is going to be a fans dance. Different culture in Japan, in China, and Korea. They use some different type of fan.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see.
this one is going to be very beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, they have
They have
feathers.
Yeah, they have feathers. around
And
it.
it's very big, too.
Yes, yes.
So-
When the dancers are older, they have actually bigger fans.
They're
But
bigger
because
ones.
the dancers are younger age, we did accommodate it so that it's a little smaller.
These still look pretty big. The Japanese fan is a lot smaller than that. So, but it's going to be very colorful to see them. I can't wait to see them.
Thank you
Yes,
so
yeah.
much.
How long does it take to learn a dance like that? Because they look really, really complex.
It really depends, but we do recommend that they start from learning the basic dance. The basic dance, it's about 9 minutes, and it's just basic movements, but it makes you sweat from like head to toe.
Yes.
Wow.
Because it's very Korean dance is very, it's not like hip hop or it's more like ballet where it's very restricted. So it's restricted and slow movement, so it would make you sweat like head to toe. And then they would move on to learning choreography.
Wow.
Well, you should see the dance earlier.
I
and they
know,
were jumping
it's
all over the place.
Are we ready to see all the beautiful fans?
Are we ready?
I think it's
Yes, they're coming
I'm
in.
ready.
So yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited to
I'm
see
ready.
all the. Wow, that's yeah.
There's so many wonderful props. They look, they're going to be
Looks-
amazing.
Yeah, looks like we're almost ready.
There's beautiful.
Yes, come on down.
Our viewers, you're in for a treat. This is going to be beautiful. I'm already excited.
Oh, thank you.
yes.
They're very excited. It's actually their first performance together.
Oh, that's amazing. So
All right, come on in.
come on
Okay.
in. We're going to bow out so we can enjoy.
Yay. Hope you guys enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that was wonderful. I love the, yep.
Ah, that was beautiful. Okay, I saw butterflies on that one.
Yes.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
What kind of music do they play in the background for the traditional? I assume these are like the dances and the traditional music. What kind of instruments or what kind of, you know, what's the traditional one that you would use for?
Well, a lot of our dance movements as well as culture derives from shamanism. So because this is a more modernized dance, it is not as close to shamanism, but it does derive from shamanism and Buddhism.
Uh-huh.
So instruments that are commonly used are like the changu, which is an hourglass drum. Sometimes the strings like komgo or kayagum. There's also puk, which is just one drum.
Uh-huh. I've seen those, yes.
I remember seeing one very interesting demonstration during our marching the area. I saw someone wear a hat with a string that was looping.
The sangmo.
Yeah, it looks so
That's amazing.
mesmerizing.
It is.
Yeah, that also over time, it's been more modernized as well, but it is from personal experience. It gives a lot of headache. It's not as fun as it looks, and it does take a lot of training.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I went to school in Korea for specifically Korean traditional arts, and I still have not perfected it yet. Even though I went to school for 4 years, I am still working on it.
Wow.
I remember the Korean dancing group right behind us, and that guy was just effortless.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And then they do like acrobatic flips
Yes.
using it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's amazing how beautiful the culture is, but I don't think a lot of people realize how much time
Right.
goes into making it so beautiful, or
Right.
so effortless sometimes.
Yeah, and another thing that's beneficial for especially younger generations that are living in the States when they learn Korean dance is that because most of our teachers do learn Korean dance and they're from Korea, they end up learning the Korean culture by speaking a little Korean vocabulary here and there.
Can you like just give us a little bit on this costume that they?
Yeah, could the dancers come
Can
out
we have
for
them come
one?
out and get a little more definition about their costumes?
Yes. Okay, they're coming. Come on now, come on. Check it out.
Okay, so really quick, this is the feathered fans, and then this is called the 치마 저고리, 덕거리, and then under is also another layer of a dress. So it's kind of like a 3 to 4 piece hanbok. And then this isn't something that would be worn during the dynasties. It's just more modern. And the silver, they're using silver because they're not of the royal court, but they are performing for the royal court.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank
so
you.
much.
All right,
Say the
yay.
group name. This is Kim Eung-ho Dance Academy.
Yes.
Wonderful dancers, wonderful about Korean culture. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
And now we have the Heritage Award ceremony.
Coming up next, so yes.
Welcome back to the Aquarium of the Pacific's live streaming presentation of the 19th Annual Autumn Festival, celebrating the cultures of China, Japan, Korea, and the Philippines. My name is John Rouse. I'm the Vice President of Operations of the Aquarium of the Pacific. Each year at the Autumn Festival, the Aquarium honors an individual or organization for outstanding community service and promoting cultural awareness. This year, the Aquarium is honored to present the Heritage Award to the Chinese Historical Society of Southern California. The Chinese Historical Society of Southern California, or CHSSC, was organized in 1975 to bring together people with a mutual interest in the important history and the historical role of Chinese and Chinese Americans in Southern California. They aim to pursue, preserve, and communicate knowledge of this history and promote the heritage of the Chinese and Chinese American community in support of a better appreciation of the rich, multicultural society of the United States. CHSSC provides many opportunities for people in the Los Angeles and beyond to learn more about Chinese and Chinese American history in Southern California. They offer walking tours of Chinatown, coordinate oral history projects, and develop or co-sponsor several exhibits at museums throughout Southern California. The organization also hosts free public meetings each month with guest speakers, supports preservation and protection of historical landmarks and buildings, and publishes both academic and general interest books, journals, and a newsletter. CHSSC also conducts outreach programs to reach local schools and community groups with educational and entertainment activities. These efforts include youth education, scholarships and workshops, an annual banquet, participation in community events, including festivals and parades, and network with other historical societies and cultural groups to engage in cross-cultural events and celebrations. The Aquarium is pleased to recognize CHSSC with the Heritage Award in honor of its extensive efforts to preserve and share Chinese and Chinese American history and culture in Southern California. Here to receive the award on behalf of CHSSC is the organization's board president, Susan Dixon. Susan, on behalf of all of us at the Aquarium of the Pacific, I want to thank you and CHSSC for all you do.
Hi, I want to thank you very much for this honor. It's very fitting that the Historical Society should be honored this year. As he said, we have tried to research, we tried to honor, and we tried to tell others about the rich history of the Chinese in America. So outreach is a really hard thing to determine whether you're making an impact, but this year we can really see an impact. 9 years ago, we got the idea that we should take a pilgrimage to Yosemite to see about the Chinese, how they helped build Yosemite. So the first year was maybe 25 people with the help of 2 park rangers. All of a sudden, we did it every year, end of July. All of a sudden, 3 years ago, we got recognized with a resolution from the state assemblyman, Resolution 262, which was thanking the Chinese for all of their work in Yosemite. And we accepted on behalf of those Chinese, as well as the Park Service representative was there and the National Park Conservation Association representative was there. That same year, there was an article in the magazine that's from Southwest Museum in September, and it talked about the Mather Mountain Party, which was a group of influential men that they were trying to convince that there ought to be a national park in Yosemite. And the unsung hero of that event was a Chinese man, Tai Sing. He was the gourmet chef, and they actually named a peak in Yosemite after him, Sing Peak. Fast forward again to this year, AAA did a 6-page article about our pilgrimage and the author's personal pilgrimage into her Chinese American past in their September issue of Westways. And now, within 6 months, they will have a museum in Yosemite in the former Chinese laundry that's next to Wawona. So we mattered. And for that, I thank you for this award.
Congratulations to our Heritage Award honoree, Chinese Historical Society of Southern California. I want to say a special thanks to all our all our Autumn Festival participants, including those watching today at home. We look forward to your participation again in the future. And thanks to all our viewers. We hope you have enjoyed the Aquarium of the Pacific's live streaming presentation of our 19th Annual Autumn Festival. Please check out our Autumn Festival webpage next week to enjoy video replay of all today's festival presentations. We'd like to remind you that our aquarium is opened and then you can purchase tickets and make reservations on our website. Thank you for joining us today.